Hey guys, Jake from Evolving Daily. Thanks for watching. So earlier today, the day of the filming, ASP, John something or other, put out a video where a cop addresses a unwanted subject in a car, and gunfight breaks out. And basically in the comments there's a bunch of people talking pretty much completely out of their ass, and there's a few things I want to address, and about the best way to do it is on video. So I'm going to try to kind of recreate as best I can the way it went down and people's concerns and complaints and criticisms, which are just stupid. Alright, so before we get started, looked like the guy was carrying an M&P, but I have a Glock 17, and it is one of the few times I will show it is empty chamber. It does have an empty mag in it, but so now I've set up my car behind a pickup as close as I can figure it from the video. It looked like the car was angled a little bit toward traffic, which is not uncommon for cops to do. I counted he was 18 paces until he got to the suspect or the subject or whatever you want to call him. And I take a little bit longer stride, so I even cheated, and it makes it harder for me to argue the point, but I'm at about 16. So now I doubt I'll be able to put like the video with this video to show you how it went down and all that. I'm not that tech savvy, but I'm going to try to walk you through, and I'll stop whenever people say he should have done this here, should have done that there, and we'll try to break this down and show you where some of these arguments are just stupid. So let's take a look at it. Alright guys, so I don't have big fancy cameras and stuff, so this is probably going to be shaky at best, but I'm going to try to do the best I can. So the officer he exited his car. I'm here by my car. He took about 18 paces, so 1, 2, 3, 4. He crossed to the right of the vehicle. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we're about 16 paces. He was at 18. Whenever he gets to the C-post on the passenger side of the car, he recognizes there's a gun. You can see it in a slow motion version of the original video, but he skins out, aims in, pow, pow, pow. Now at first, I'm going to have to set the camera down for this. In the first little part of the video, he had what I would call a teacup grip. He was kind of down here, left thumb appeared to be off, right thumb was kind of out in la-la land. But if you've ever taken force-on-force training, you know, like if you've taken real deal force-on-force training, just getting a one-handed grip can be challenging when all this stuff goes down in a split second at best. So he kind of gets a teacup grip. But guess what? He's got two hands on the gun, which if you look at a lot of fights, that doesn't even happen. So kudos to the cop for at least getting another hand on. Then he later corrects and brings up to kind of a thumbs forward, two-handed. But at first he's down in here somewhere, which is way better than just a one-handed grip. And I'm telling you, even in a force-on-force training class, like this stuff's just moving way too fast to do all these things that you think is going to happen. All right, so now we'll continue. He works to the left-hand side, which he should be doing, putting the shooter at least a bad position, having to turn and try to shoot over the back seat. People are saying he should have done all kind of stupid shit, but he's putting the shooter at a poor shooting position, and he's getting distance. And we're going to have to stop and take one more little look at something. Alright guys, so this is another part. People are saying that, whenever he retreated, he should have done this, should have done that. He did one thing that is awesome, and you see like 10 different shitty versions. So a lot of times in a gunfight, even with a cop, I'm not ragging on him or nothing. This is just what happens a lot of times. Is when the shooting starts, they get their gun out, maybe. They get their gun out a lot of times, start shooting, and either blade away and turn to try to get their important stuff away from it. It's a natural human response to get away from the bad thing. Or they're just one-handed going backwards. Or they blade away the opposite way. Some guys just turn and book to cover, which, given the situation, that may be the correct thing to do. But this cop stayed 2 hands on, didn't sprint backwards, had enough up here to know that he needed to move to the left so he could get behind his car. So he kept it together enough up here to keep 2 hands on, going backwards, and putting rounds on. Like, that is huge. That's big time. And if you watch a lot of other videos, you know, a pretty standard is either, and another one I forgot, either they plant their feet and pow, 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 and they stay in one stationary spot, or they draw and they blade away, which I'm not knocking them. If the same thing happened to me, I have no idea what I would do. And everybody who says, I'd do this, I'd do that, you would shit your pants and fall on the ground. Go take some force-on-force training, and maybe you'll realize how quick this stuff happens, and you're not going to be going, well, two-handed, cover both, press out, you know, step drag, all this bullshit that these guys are saying. This cop did, in my opinion, I'm not that well trained, but in my opinion, he did fan-fucking-tastic. Alright, so let's keep it going. So, I'm holding the camera so I can't show, but cop was 2 hands on, putting rounds in. He shot 8 or 9 times-ish. And guys are saying, well, I would know how many I shot. Again, no the fuck you wouldn't. So then, he moves over to his car. I'm going to have to set my gun down. Pulls open his door. And stands behind, two-handed. And everybody says, a door's concealment, not cover. Yeah, in most cases it is. But you weren't there. You don't know. Maybe he had plates in his door or soft armor or whatever it is they put in. And if you look at it, like I'm going to have to do some camera work, so if the bad guy is on the back right corner and this cop is right here, what's between him and the shooter? At least a front bumper, a radiator, probably some parts of the motor, not necessarily the block, but parts of the motor or a battery, this, that, the other, then more sheet metal, then a firewall, then the door, maybe dash, and then the cop. Is it the most, like 100% most optimal? Maybe not. I wasn't there. Alright guys, so right now, cop has the gun out. He's 2 hands on, and he, with his offhand, hits the mag release, then goes to his spare and puts in. And that's what he did. So a lot of people are throwing a fit about using his offhand to hit the mag release. You don't know how he was trained. You don't know where he was trained. If that's what he was told to do, then that's what he did. They're also saying that the cop should have, in the training that I've done and what makes sense to me in my head, if you have the wherewithal, you should have the mag up, ready whenever you hit the mag release, slam it in, run the slide. So that's what I've been trained, that's what makes sense to me. But again, I'm not getting shot at right now. But anyhow, guys are saying that he should have grabbed this mag, you know, his mag that he's ejecting. He should have grabbed it with some amount of fingers, pulled it out, then put in the second mag. What the fuck? Someone just shot at you. You don't know if they're still trying to shoot at you, and you're saying that you should do some kind of bullshit. This thing here, drop the mag to the ground, shove a mag in. Because here's the thing, if you see it in the video, and again, I'm not ragging on the cop, whatsoever. But even whenever he goes to reload, he's under ridiculous amounts of stress. Probably the most scared, jacked up on adrenaline, whatever, in his entire life. And he kind of fumbles his reload. He comes up beside the mag well. Guys, that shit's going to happen. Like, take some force on force. You'll realize that it's not this clean, sterile environment, and you get to just go, yeah. He at least drops a mag and reloads, and that's better than nothing. But guys are all butthurt that he left, you know, some amount of ammo on the ground. And would you rather go to a gunfight having a half-loaded mag in your pocket or whatever, or a completely topped-off gun? I would be more worried about the topped-off gun. And a lot of cops that I know, most that I've seen, guys I've seen at training, they have 3 mags, like a lot of them, 1 in the gun, at least 2 in a shingle, maybe a backup gun, maybe more reloads. There was one dude at a vehicle tactics class that wore his regular patrol belt, and he had a 4-mag shingle on this side. So that one half-empty mag on the ground is what people are getting all broke up about. Fuck off. So then the next thing, dude's here with a gun out. He gets reloaded, he's got a topped-off pistol, and he's standing here calling for backup, waiting for help to come. And they're saying, oh, he should have used his pistol to fight his way to his rifle. That's a good idea. But here's the thing. He's one cop by himself, standing here with someone who was shooting at him. And he can't see him. He doesn't know if they're dead, if they bled out, if that guy's reloading or trying to, get his gun back up and going. He has no idea. He just knows that there's someone right around in there that's trying to kill him. And most of the cops, at least around here, their long gun is in the trunk of their cruiser. Some, very few, it's in the front between the 2 front seats. So you want this cop to switch from a 2-handed grip on a topped-off pistol, we'll just do it here, a 2-handed grip to a topped-off pistol, to a 1-handed grip, and try to keep watching his dude while he either, 1, reaches in and fiddle fucks with an AR to get it out of the stock, or out of the, however it's secured. It's at least going to be secured. It may be locked. So that you're going to have this guy drawn down and then fiddle fucking, ham and eggs, while he gets out this AR. Then he's got to put this gun away. Meh. No, that's fucking retarded. Now, I'm going to catch shit for that because people, oh, you got to get your rifle. Well, if it means taking your pistol off the guy and fiddle fucking, no. I would keep my pistol up. And the other option is going to the back of the car, and that's what people are saying he should go there to get cover. So, if the AR's in the back, or you're wanting him to go to the back of the car to get cover, let me show you what's wrong with that, or what I think is wrong with that. Alright, so now you've got this guy coming to the back to either get cover, or to get his AR out. Problem is, he's got to come to the completely back of the car, which my car's short so I can see over top of it, but he's in a full-size SUV, or it appears so. So now he's behind this SUV to where he can't see out either sides or over top while he opens the back and then either in a bag or secured down with straps or something, removes his AR, gets it in service, and then he has to come back out and find the guy who was just trying to murder him. Like, he's got to find him now because he lost sight of him while he's behind this great big mass. If someone was just shooting at you, wouldn't you want to keep your eyes on them? Like, until it's done and there's 7 of your buddies standing around you and one of them walks up and says, yep, he's neutralized or unarmed now or disarmed. And then they're saying that he should get back here to get to cover. We showed a little bit of the cover concealment kind of up there at the front, and yeah, it wasn't cover. It was concealment-ish. There's more metal in there than what you might think. Not saying it's a great place to go, but it's better than nothing. So then they're wanting him to get back here for cover. Well, once he gets back here, what's this? That's a pane of glass that right in front of it, on the other end of the car, is another pane of glass. That's not cover at all. Not at all. Yeah, he can drop down here, but then, if he's on the left side, which would be the best, keeping the car between him and the bad guy, or the best to me it seems, then he's got to get so far out to the left that now he's just being covered by the front headlight. So that's not cover either. So if he's back here and he comes out on this side, once he gets a visualization of the target, there's zero cover. Again, I'm an idiot. I don't know that much. I'm trying to learn. But it seems to me that this cop, other than maybe, like, if you could give the guy a piece of advice, hey man, if you're not doing it already, maybe in training, put the new mag in, run the slide, then get back in. That's because we don't know, watching the video that I've seen at least, that after he tops off, calls it in, and he's sitting there with a topped off gun, he may have came down and picked up his partially and put it back in his pocket. You don't know. You don't know. You weren't there, you haven't read the report, more than likely. So guys, that's my take on it. Call me an idiot in the comments below. I don't really give a shit. That's the way it makes sense to me. And if it makes sense to you, then hit subscribe and we'll discuss other things. But whatever. Everybody else can fuck off. Remember, you need to be prepared to thrive while others survive. Thanks.